I got a free digital download to give to you. What is salvation? What are the building blocks to your faith? And let's do life together. I'd love to be your pastor. Send in your prayer request and your praise report and let me know you prayed that prayer. God bless you.
The preceding program has been made possible through the faithful prayers and generous support of our partners and friends in this viewing area.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Weber, CEO of AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. AMAC is at a crossroads, and the first 100 days of President Trump's administration will be critical in shaping our nation's future. That's why AMAC is proud to introduce the first 100 Days Tracker. Our tracker will monitor the administration and Congress as they work to deliver on the Make America Great Again agenda, ensuring progress on critical issues like sealing our borders, protecting your freedoms, and strengthening our economy. As an AMAC member, you'll receive daily updates and opportunities to take action. Together, we will hold our leaders accountable and celebrate the victories that make our nation stronger. Join the AMAC family today and be part of a movement driving real change. I look forward to welcoming you to AMAC.
The FBI calls it house stealing, the latest scam where a cyber thief transfers the title of your home out of your name and steals your hard-earned equity.
It's roughly 60 to 90 days for that person to even figure out that they're the victim of this crime. You start getting foreclosure notices and you realize you've got 4 mortgages on your house that you didn't even know existed.
Unfortunately, it's on you to protect yourself. You might already be a victim. Check your title status now at HomeTitleLock.com.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
We have to rise above challenges and find strength in the midst of adversity.
We are in a battle of good versus evil.
Satan is the father of confusion.
I don't care what they do to me. I'm going to keep calling them out.
They're berserk trying to disarm Americans, and we need to push back.
I'm glad you're fighting for America.
There's always hope.
Relish the opportunity to be an outsider, because it's the outsiders who change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Faith and Freedom. It's a very different show today. I've got two co-hosts. Jackson.
Her 2 favorite dogs are here, Jackson the Wonder Dog and Uncle Ted the Whack Master. Hey, everybody, I'm a faith and freedom kind of guy. Welcome to Shemaine's celebration of real America. I'm proud to be here with you, baby.
You know, if we start singing, if I sing You Are My Sunshine, he'll fall asleep.
He is the best friend. Yeah, I got my whistle here because I train my dogs every day. Shemaine should have a whistle because she trains me every day. I do. But thank you, everybody, for supporting Shemaine's Real America Voice, Faith and Freedom. What is more important than faith and freedom? And my Real America Voice, Spirit Campfire, where I celebrate and promote faith and freedom and all the things in between. So God bless you all. We love you people.
Before we get started, we got some really
we just got started.
Important stuff. We did, yeah. But getting into your interview, I have an announcement to make. If you haven't noticed already, my public Facebook page has been hacked. It's using my name, my photos, and it looks legit, but it's not me. A scammer in Pakistan hijacked it and is making money off of every click on their nonsense videos. So stick around to the end of the show, and I'm going to share with you what I am doing about it. You're not going to want to miss this because I bet you know somebody else that's been hacked too. So Jackson and Ted, welcome, by the way.
I feel welcome. I feel like I belong here with you.
You do.
I deserve you and you deserve me. 36 years of marital bliss.
Yes. Yeah, mostly. There has been a lot of talk about one of the main reasons I wanted to have you here, because it's been 36 years of marital bliss and because we have this amazing dog and 2 other amazing dogs.
Yes.
But there has been a lot of talk about chronic wasting disease, or CWD. I get messages about it every day. I'm sure you do too. The government is claiming that it's following the science, but when mass deer culls, land grabs, and hunting restrictions start piling up, you got to ask, is this really all about wildlife management or just another power grab?
Hear from the masters at Texas A&M and the scientific and whitetail biological world. These are the masters, people that have been studying it forever. Chronic wasting disease means nothing. It has never hurt a deer herd. Do you know that today, and these are facts, these are scientifically irrefutable facts, more deer will die on Interstate 94 today than all known confirmed deaths by chronic wasting disease. And the science is currently conclusive that chronic wasting disease cannot be transmitted from an infected deer, which they don't know which are and which aren't, to a human. People cannot get chronic wasting disease. These horrible, power-abusing Texas Parks and Wildlife are destroying thousands of beautiful, healthy deer. In fact, they slaughtered an entire herd, and not one of those thousands of deer were determined to be positive for chronic wasting disease. But all the deer are dead. They destroyed the Texas citizens' Kerr Wildlife Management herd. They killed all the deer based on a false positive by a jackboot thug state veterinarian, got the test wrong and killed all the deer. It's not about chronic wasting disease. It's not about science. It's about destroying rugged individual, self-sufficient conservation families' lives. And we've got to stop this. And Department of Natural Resources in Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Missouri, you are liars. I'm calling you to your face. You're liars. And maybe there's some good guys, but if you're a good guy, you have got to blow the whistle on the power abusers in your own game agencies. It's completely out of control. And you will not come on my property. You will not kill my deer. They're my deer on my high fence property. We have a high fence because we have exotics and we're not allowed to let them out and let a truck run into a scimitar horned oryx. So if you can't access my private property rights, and by law I'm forbidden to let the animals out, how can you claim that you own them? These people have lost their mind. It's like the Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris fan club of power-abusing liars. And I want you to take notice, jackboot thugs. You're not jackbooting my property. I'm on record.
So it's so unbelievable. We got a video today from a friend of ours that we can't even show.
It's so ugly.
For those of you who don't understand, my phone's been blowing up, and Ted's, I'm sure yours is. What they're doing is they're looking for CWD. And in order to do that, they've got to slaughter the animal.
The thing is, they don't have to. There's a live test that they're not using. They're killing the deer, chopping off the heads, and then going, oh, this deer was healthy, sorry. And they're all dead, destroying family businesses.
And what they can't do is shoot them in the head, which would be a quick, humane death. Yeah, even if they were going to do it, which is wrong. But what they're doing is shooting them in the body, and they're flopping around. These people, how are these Texas Parks and Wildlife? Let's speak to that. Are they anti-hunters?
Well, I'll tell you, David Yakovich of Texas Parks and Wildlife, you're a liar. Alan Kane of Texas Parks and Wildlife, you, sir, are a liar. Jay Hunter Reed, you're a pervert with your rainbow flag, which represents child molestation, allegedly. No, that rainbow flag is from NAMBLA, North American Love Association, who believe that men should be able to have sex with little boys. That's what that flag represents. Now, this is controversial, what I'm saying, but if it's not true, debate me, Jay Hunter Reed. You're a bad man, you're a dishonest man, and you're destroying the conservation lifestyle of Texas, and we're going to get you the hell out of our state.
You know what? If it was really all about managing wildlife, hunters are the original conservationists, but
the only conservationists.
Bureaucrats want to play wildlife expert by wiping out entire deer populations. It's not about the science, like you said. It's about power and control. But what's the end game other than to eliminate our food source?
That's right. And you think that the USDA and the Food and Drug Administration has knowingly and intentionally waged chemical warfare on the families of America with known carcinogens, food poisons and preservatives, and colors that kill children and cause cancer from the FDA and the USDA. But if we shoot our own natural organic food, they're going to put an end to that so that we have to eat the chemical warfare from criminal, corrupt, evil bureaucracies. And FDA and USDA, the only good people in those bureaucracies would be blowing whistles. If you're not blowing whistles and exposing the chemical warfare against Americans, then you're a bad guy. You're all bad guys, and we're going to fix you one way or the other.
Okay, here's a rapid fire question and answer for you. Okay. Speaking of hunting laws, here's some bizarre hunting restrictions that make you wonder if the government is just making rules for the sake of it. So we just saw an image, no hunting on Sundays. And this is in various states like Pennsylvania and Virginia. Because, you know, the deer need a day off, right?
It's so insane. Do you know that the Inuit tribes up in the Arctic, they're killing more polar bears than ever because they're overpopulated and they're a danger. But the USDA won't let a hunter who goes to Canada harvest a big polar bear and gets the meat and the hide and the skull and buys licenses and guides and outfitters and travel. The polar bears are illegal to import back in the States. You can kill the polar bear, but you can't import it back at home with you. So it's unbelievable.
Sunday hunting.
What man can tell me during November what I do on my farm? If I could, I would move to the states where hunting on Sunday is forbidden, and I would hunt on Sunday. Stand up for what you believe in, people. No man can tell you you can't hunt during the natural season of harvest for 50% of your weekend. It's bizarre. And Safari Club International, where the hell are you on all this stuff?
Okay, here's a couple more.
It's unbelievable.
No electronic turkey calls, and this is in multiple states. You can use a mouth or a box call, or even beat on a tree like a caveman, but you can't have an electronic turkey call.
Well, how about in Arizona? It's illegal to ride a camel when you're hunting. The bureaucrats have no soul. We've got a doge. Every bureaucracy, they're complete power-abusing, criminal, corrupt punks that are infesting our government. Thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, President Trump and Elon Musk. Thank you, Hegseth. Thank you, Governor Kristi Noem, the new director. Thank you, Tom Homan. Thank you, Kash Patel. Thank you, Pam Bondi. Now we have real constitutionalists that now obey their constitutional oath and serve we the people. But we've got to get them to these game agencies. The game agencies are absolutely out of their minds.
We got one more. Hunting Bigfoot is illegal in Washington and Texas. Apparently, you can't hunt a creature that doesn't exist.
Based on what I've seen about Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington, personal hygiene is against the law. So it is bizarro world. So thank you for tuning into Shemaine's Faith and Freedom on Real America Voice. And thank you for supporting great sponsors like Mike Lindell and MyPillow. We have a First Amendment right. We get to speak our mind, especially when we have all the evidence and the facts and the truth, logic and common sense on our side. So raise some hell, people. Quit bending over and taking all this abuse by bureaucrats out of control.
Yeah, Mike Lindell's a true patriot, and he's fighting for faith, freedom, and the American dream, and the woke mob has tried to cancel him. But he refuses to back down.
I love
There's
Mike.
Slippers and towels and sheets and dog beds that our dogs love. And it's top quality. Go to mypillow.com and grab yours today. Mypillow.com. Use the promo code FAITH or call 1-800-933-6972. 1-800-933-6972. Thank you so much, Ted, for joining me.
I love truth, logic, and common sense, faith, and freedom. This woman, my dogs, and you people out there that are standing up for what you believe in. God, family, country, Constitution, Bill of Rights, 10 Commandments, Golden Rule, Declaration of Independence, law and order, freedom. I love that stuff. I'm addicted.
Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Relish the opportunity to be an outsider, because it's the outsiders who change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this.
My back got injured very bad. I was off work for about a year. I heard about Relief Factor from my wife. I took it every day 3 times a day for 3 weeks. Look at her and I said, the pain is gone. And she said, I'm glad it helped. I said, no, you don't understand. It's gone.
You too can feel better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Call or go online now for our 3-week quick start, just $19.95.
When the kids turn unholy, Harrelson's Own keeps my patience divine.
When work flies out of control, Harrelson's Own keeps me cool as a cucumber.
The device madness never ends. But Harrelson's Own keeps me zen.
Life can be chaotic, but Harrelson's Own CBD helps keep you calm through any storm. Harrelson's Own consistently delivers you full mind and body homeostasis. It's an organic, full-spectrum CBD in a refreshing oral spray. Our nano-emulsified technology makes it completely water-soluble, so your body absorbs it immediately. You'll start to feel it in seconds, not 60 minutes. It just makes everything feel better.
And it helps me just take the edge off. It helps me relax. It helps me be there with my kids.
I swear I'm like a mental ninja. Like nothing can throw me off balance.
No matter how many things come at me, I'm like, boom, handled, next. I'm like crushing it all day long.
Well, some people take it for a release from stress. Some take it to get rid of pain. Others just take it for general well-being. For me, Brett Harrelson, it just makes everything about my day a little better.
Give your life a boost.
It's just the best you've ever felt in your natural state.
My happiness in a bottle is the best.
So to sum it all up, you're going to feel the benefits quickly, love the way it feels, and like the way it tastes. Pay a fair price, and you're going to thank us for it. We are so confident you're going to be satisfied that we back every bottle with a 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Give Harrelson's Own a try, from our family to yours. Go to HO.com to order Harrelson's Own now. Yep, it's that easy. Just our initials, HO.com.
Relish the opportunity to be an outsider because it's the outsiders who change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this. You know, Americans' trust in healthcare is at an all-time low, 24-year low. And let's be honest, waiting for the system to change is going to take some time. But we don't have time when it comes to our health. That's why I take Field of Greens. Now, we all know that we're supposed to be eating more fruits and vegetables, but do you? Life gets busy and the perfect diet isn't always realistic. Field of Greens makes it easy. Just whole, real fruits and vegetables, carefully selected by doctors for their health benefits. All you have to do is take 1 scoop and put it in your drink, your water or your juice, and you've got a head start to your day, a healthy head start. Ted and I have noticed more energy, better digestion, and just feeling better overall. Every ingredient in Field of Greens is chosen for specific benefits: heart health, lung support, metabolism, even weight management. But here's the good part. Well, it's all good, but here's the even better part. At your next checkup, your doctor's going to say, wow, what are you doing differently? They're going to notice the difference in you, or you get your money back. And your doctor's probably going to ask you, what are you doing? And he's going to want some too. I've got an exclusive offer for you, 20% discount. Just go to fieldofgreens.com and use the code FREEDOM. That's fieldofgreens.com, and the promo code is FREEDOM. Take charge of your health today. You know, an honest day's work should mean earning a living, building a future, and keeping what's yours. But what if the assets that you've worked for, your home, your savings, all of that are being used as a safety net for big banks when they need a bailout? Is your wealth just for them, or is it for other people? Is it for you to use? I thought that's what it was all about. You know, we've got a special guest here to expose this cutthroat scheme. Economist and investigator James Patrick. He's the director of The Great Taking. James, I'm so glad that you're here to shed some light on all of this for us. I didn't hear James. Can we hear him? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Gotcha.
No?
Okay. Gotcha now.
Yeah.
So tell us about this. What sneaky legal loophole allows banks to quietly use your assets, our assets, as their own collateral?
Well, basically, banks just started using everyone's stocks and bonds as collateral back a long time ago, actually in the 70s. But I'm doing a doctorate on this, investigating it more. And basically, I was told in the 80s, this became a really widespread practice. So when you buy a stock or a bond, the biggest banks have been using them as collateral for a long time now. But in the 90s, it was legalized in the Uniform Commercial Code, kind of to cover themselves. And we saw after that a real explosion in the derivatives market, which is the market of bets. Bets, the most common one are bets that the dollar will go up, the yen will go down. Then you can have gold on oil, speculative bets that things are going to rise and fall, derived from real things. So they call them derivatives. But as soon as this was legalized by changing Article 8 in the Uniform Commercial Code, there was a 1994 revision of Article 8 that was passed in all 50 states. And then really after that, in the early 2000s, you saw an explosion in the derivatives market. There was a direct result of legally allowing this practice. And then in the EU, this was done between 2004 and 2014. But this is really a big problem because it's violating property rights. There was another big issue. So this change in the Uniform Commercial Code really did two things. One is it substituted a direct property right to your stocks and bonds to a contractual claim on a stock or bond called the securities entitlement. So now when you buy a stock or bond through your broker, it's really kept up in dematerialized form at this Deposit Trust Clearing Corporation in New York and the United States. And from there, the biggest banks are playing with it. And really the DTCC is the legal owner, and we're just a contractual claimant on it and on our own securities. And then also the code said if these derivatives contracts go bad, there's a call for the collateral if they lose your money on the bets, that the secured creditors of the derivatives contracts have priority to take the security ahead of the client. So it switched the legal relationship. It's you should be the secured creditor. They should be the contractual claimant. Now they're the secured creditor, and we're just contractual claimants, which is absurd. So let me get this straight. I should have you come on more often so you could explain some of this stuff. And in a minute, I want to get your take on what's going on. But so let me get this straight. If you're putting up the money and building the asset, how do brokers end up with legal ownership instead of us? Did we sign something in those fine print things that we are supposed to sign all the time when nobody ever looks at? Well, it's actually not your broker. It's a higher level. So when you buy a stock or bond, you buy it through a broker like E-Trade or a brokerage firm, and then they have a custodian, but they just have a bookkeeping entry of your stocks and bonds. They just say, James owns this. And then they're really kept in dematerialized form in sort of a pooled, fungible, exchangeable form at this central securities depository. And from there, they're played with by the members of the Central Securities Depository. So very few people have knowledge of this. Just David Webb and I are the only ones really in the world talking about this now. But it's really the biggest financial crime story, I think, of the last several centuries. And if we have a really big collapse, they can take all of our assets. So if you want to put that slide up again to give people an idea of the magnitude of this, there's $130 trillion of stocks and bonds in the U.S. and Europe. And they've created a bubble of $2 quadrillion of derivatives trades using that 130 as a collateral base. Does that make sense?
Well, sort of, but the overall concern that everybody has, I mean, we've heard people talk about, there's going to be a collapse. We are in for a rude awakening and quite a shock. What are your thoughts on what's going on in money management these days?
Yeah, I mean, sort of, we had a bubble in the 90s, it was reinflated. We had a bubble in the 2007 crisis, it got immediately reinflated. Then we had another one in 2014, it got immediately reinflated. So most money managers are sort of living in this last 30 years of a constantly reinflated bubble and don't really have a normal market history to gauge things by, and sort of keep living in this fantasy of a constantly reinflating bubble. So most money managers don't realize that enough, and sort of have a skewed optimism. But if the 1920s 30s period is an indication, we could be on the verge of a big bubble, of a big collapse, of popping of a bubble. And if that happens, which I think everyone is anticipating, there's a legal structure in place to take the underlying assets, underlying securities, which is the basis of the financial system. The analogy would be in the 1929 crash, then in 33, they seized the gold, which was the underlying collateral base, the underlying foundation of the financial system at the time. So what do we do? How do we protect ourselves? And I've only got 2 minutes left. And part 2 of that question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, yes, absolutely, a crash is going to happen. 1, no, not a prayer. Where do you stand on a scale of 1 to 10? I'd say 10. I mean, we're definitely headed to some kind of pop. And what can people do about it? I mean, you can request the physical share certificates from your broker, and then you do have clear title to the stock or bond. But in a generalized collapse situation, you're going to see a downturn anyway, and the value would drop a lot anyway. So I think the only real way we can fix this, I think getting gold, getting land, getting physical things that are not in this kind of casino financial system is a way to protect yourself. But really, we need to call our state representatives and ask Article 8 be amended. And I'm working with some lawyers, David Webb and I, that have written these bills. This film, Stop It, The Great Taking, that you can see at thegreattakingreport.com, is shows this legislative effort in 2024, where we introduced bills in South Dakota and Tennessee, and it made it through a few committees in Tennessee, and there in Tennessee, Andy Guggenheim, testifying for the banking lobby, admitted on the stand all the stocks and bonds are being used as collateral. So it's a real issue. These state hearings have really put it on the public record. And I think the only way out of this is really to call your state representative and say you want your property rights to your own stocks and bonds secured, and Article 8 advised.
Okay, I hope we can everybody write that down. That's what you need to do to move forward. James, I'm really glad that you shared this info with us today. It's Stop It, thegreattaking.com. Is that right? What's the name of the website again?
Or The Great Taking Report. I'm also publishing a monthly report on the subject. So,
and how do people sign up? thegreattakingreport.com.
The film is free right there on the site. I think maybe you have to give your email. It's also free on my YouTube channel, the James Big Picture with James Patrick. Yeah.
Well, I'm so grateful that you came on and you shed some light on this. It's a wake-up call, and it's a scary one. Next time you come on, will you share with us what you do and where you put your money and how you make investments? Will you do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
No okay.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Relish the opportunity to be an outsider, because it's the outsiders who change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this.
Navage, allergy relief that works.
So when you're dealing with allergies and you've got that stopped up feeling and you can blow your nose and it's a little bit better, using the Navage takes it all away. Put the water in the top chamber, put the pot in, close the lid, put it in your nose, push the button, you're done. I love Navage. It's natural, it's effective, it's fast. Probably the best investment you could make if you suffer with allergies.
Pick up Navage, the #1 doctor-recommended brand.
This special Passover holy day is of urgent importance. This is our last chance to help save thousands of Holocaust survivors in the former Soviet Union today.
She is a Holocaust survivor who has seen far more evil than any human being should endure. Have you eaten this morning?
I ate the carrot, and this is what she ate in 2 days. Please pray for me.
We bring that still, soft voice of God to these abandoned Holocaust survivors.
This Passover, you will receive God's blessing when you bless these children of Israel. Your urgently needed gift of only $25 will help rush a food box packed full of life-saving essentials to feed an elderly Jewish person struggling to survive.
Vavara is 89 years old and she's completely blind and alone.
I am blind, but I am alive, and I would eat matzah again. Thank you. Perhaps you could tell my story. I'm sure there are good people in the world that would understand. I face hunger again.
When Nina saw the food box that Christians provided,
you will not be hungry again.
She burst into tears.
This is what God wants from us. Just feed the hungry.
Please don't delay. Call, scan, or go online now to help rush one survival food box to a Holocaust survivor who is suffering and in desperate need.
What if you could tackle your dog's itching, mushy poops, and low energy? Millions of pet parents are raving about Dr. Marty Nature's Blend.
Such a huge difference in her health. More energy, more playful, no more pooping issues.
I'm Dr. Marty. I've been a veterinarian for more than 50 years. The dangerous ingredients added to many pet foods could be impacting your dog's lifespan. That's why I formulated Nature's Blend.
Now you can feed your dog wholesome cuts of real meat, vegetables, and fruit with no artificial preservatives or fillers. Try Dr. Marty risk-free. Go to drmartypets.com/TV.
Relish the opportunity to be an outsider because it's the outsiders who change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this. Okay, I need you to do me a favor. Close your eyes. Think about when you were a kid and you were just 10 years old and you were outdoors all day long. Remember those times where your parents just said, stay outside, keep staying outside. If you're thirsty, drink out of the water hose. Well, we can't do that anymore. There's just a little bit of arsenic in our water, maybe some pharmaceutical drugs, some mRNA, volatile organic compounds. I found Sentry Wellness System that removes harmful toxins and enriches water with essential nutrients. It's much healthier and cheaper than buying plastic water. Check out SentryH2O.com and use the promo code HEALTHY10 for a discount. That's SentryH2O.com and the promo code is HEALTHY10. Well, there's no surprise the Biden administration has been a disaster on border security. Illegal immigration exploded, and Americans watched as the border became a free-for-all. While many migrants came looking for a better life, let's be real, a lot of bad actors slipped through. And one of the worst, Tren de Aragua, a ruthless Venezuelan gang now carving out territory in Democrat-run cities with only a little bit of pushback. Meanwhile, Trump isn't playing games. He's doubling down on border security, even invoking the Alien Enemies Act, a century-old law allowing the U.S. to deport foreign nationals from hostile nations. But, of course, there's a bad actor. A D.C. judge wants to shut it down. While El Salvador backs Trump's tough stance, the U.S. government seems more interested in protecting criminals than its own citizens. Here to break it all down is the host of Behind Enemy Lines, Terry Newsome. Terry, welcome.
Thanks for having me back, Shemaine. Appreciate it.
So you were sharing some things before we started that I want you to get into, but break down for me right now, what does the Alien Enemies Act allow and why is it important?
Well, actually, yesterday I had Sheriff Mack on my show, and I asked this very specific question. Now that these guys are deemed terrorists, right, like Al-Qaeda, I live in the communist state of Illinois, where we have Governor Pritzker and the sanctuary state, sanctuary city statuses, right? I asked Sheriff Mack, now that these guys are deemed terrorists, do our police officers uncuffed, when they take in Trent Larga, are they allowed to call ICE and override this ridiculous sanctuary state status? And in his view, he said yes. I called one of Tom Homan's guys local to Chicago when this first was announced, and I'm like, hey, can our police officers now call you? Because I'm helping some of them, that reach out to me and share because they could get in trouble. And he goes, it's so new, I'm not sure. I think they need to do an announcement. They need to say, yes, you live in a sanctuary state. You're a police officer. These are alien combatants. They're no different than Al-Qaeda. You don't have to listen to J.B. Pritzker. You need to protect your community before the politics of J.B. Pritzker.
I have some friends that are in Illinois, and I'm sorry to hear. I am very updated on what's going on with Pritzker and the unbelievable laws, and it's hopefully it can stop soon. Has this law ever actually been used, or is it just a relic from the 1700s?
I believe it's a relic from the 1700s that being reappropriated for now, and it's very relevant now. These people and some of the the documents I shared you from recent police reports and stuff, right? I previously got specific to Trent Larga, where they had the police incidences specifically to Trent Larga before these new ones right here. Multiple murders, sexual assault, abuse. These new ones showed they recently moved up the food chain within the criminal system and are a criminal element. They're not like typical gang members now. They have counterfeit money. They're going across state lines. They're going to Detroit. They're buying stolen vehicles with counterfeit cash from dealerships and bringing them back to Chicago. They're kicking down doors. They're going in with masks and machine guns. And they say, we're Trent Larga. They're going through people's houses and stuff. They're attacking their own people. They're buying drugs. They're getting caught with, ounces of coke, crack, ecstasy. And there's going to be a turf war next summer. These guys are more sophisticated. They also, in some of these police reports you have, they had counterfeit passports, counterfeit driver's licenses,
doesn't
counterfeit
surprise me.
temporary tags.
It doesn't surprise me. And one thing that was enlightening, before we went live today, I saw the press secretary, Carolyn Leavitt, went down the list of some of these people that got put on the plane, and there's all kinds of hoopla about, was that legal? And should Trump have put them on the plane? And she went down the list, and I find myself thinking, who's for being raped and murdered and stabbed, and raped with a foreign object was one of them? You want your family member to go through those things? Why are they, Terry, why do you think they're fighting for, the Democrats are fighting for this so hard?
I've been saying this all along when I first started this battle for our children, the porn, the transvestites, and drag queens. They're nuts, right? What is Donald Trump saying now? There's something wrong with these people. Even Elon said it yesterday. There's something wrong. I was raised a Southwest Side Italian Democrat Union family. My 86-year-old parents are Republicans. My dad worked for the city of Chicago. They are not who they once were. They were hijacked by the Communist Party, by Soros, all this outside money influences. And then if I'm 63, so when we started going to college, they were being brainwashed by those 1960s era freaks, and they brainwashed these people, these adults now, these business leaders, these executives, the politicians, right? And then all this influence money, just like what's going on in Illinois and around my neighborhood. They're being paid to go and destroy Elon Musk's dealerships and stuff. They're being paid. And so they're all being bought and paid for, in addition and above and beyond being nuts.
It's unfortunate, but it's a fact that you just have to follow the money and see who got paid off and why these politicians vote the way that they do. Just follow the money. How can you go into public service making $170,000 a year, but then all of a sudden you're worth 10, 20, 30, 40 million or more? There's so much corruption in the Democrat side. It's like they're a gang. And unfortunately, people are afraid to stand up for him. They were for Trump before they were against him. They were for Elon before they were. Everybody wanted a Tesla. Now they're trying to punish you for getting a Tesla. And the attacks, the anger that they have, Where does it come from, Terry?
I think it's rooted. I mean, they're everything they claim us to be, right? I mean, they've always been like, right? They talk about us being racist, bigots. Well, we fought for slavery. The Jim Crow Act, all these crazy things, right? I had a story came out in Gateway Pundit about me helping Tom Homan, introducing him to big name Democrats that are going to embrace him. Big top senior police officers on the Chicago Police Department. We had private meetings. I'm being pummeled by the Southern Poverty Law Center. They got a writer for an Antifa Chicago activist writes for them. They're attacking me, saying I'm a racist and bigot, going after my job, my employer, trying to harass them because I'm helping them with the Trent Largo guys and confronting these criminals. My neighbor down the block, a doctor, was robbed. His house was robbed by the Venezuelan gangs. The shopping mall, high-end shopping mall, they arrested 140 illegal immigrants, mostly Venezuelans, in the last 16 months. Just before Christmas, they arrested 4 of them. One of them had a bullet wound from a gunfight in Chicago with a colostomy bag, and then they find the bracelets, and they're Biden bracelets when they come across the border, cut off in the cars while they're committing crimes. And they're defending this stuff.
It's unbelievable. I want to switch gears to what we were talking about off air. Tell me what you were just briefly telling.
Sure. I started this crazy battle, never been involved in politics, 4 years ago when my twins were freshmen in high school, about forced masking, the porn, the transvestites. I had no idea that this stuff was in my kids' school if I didn't go for the first school board meeting about the masking. I was shocked. I thought it was crazy. I thought the person who showed me the book lied. I started speaking out against that. The first Southern Poverty Law Center came out and said, I hate gay people. I don't hate gay people. I don't like porn and the stuff in my kids' school, period. It got worse. We call ourselves Little San Francisco now because the cancer from Chicago spread to this big red Republican Downers Grove area where I lived in. Now they're pushing drag queens, reading gay books to 2-year-old babies in our library. 2 of my kids' teachers, one got arrested this week, a female teacher, mom, having sex with a sophomore. He was a sophomore when she started having sex with the kid in school. Just in December, another teacher, the track coach, got 19 years in prison for having pornography of the girls and stuff in the school. And so they're normalizing the sex and indoctrination of our kids. Another school, not far from my kid's school, it's all over Fox News today, that the teachers were making them, these poor girls change in the locker room in front of a transvestite boy and changing in front of them. So that's big news now. Parents need to stand up. We finally have, I think, a little backing because of Trump. We have to stand up. I was pummeled for years. Nobody supported me. And I see more and more people willing to stand up and speak out and say what's right. We're not bigots. We don't hate gay kids. We want to just have our children taught reading, writing, and arithmetic. Oh my God.
I get what you're saying. It's easy for you to say. Yes,
yeah,
I understand.
My brain is going 240 here. And we just want them to teach. And we want to be respectful to gay kids. We don't want them to be hurt. They're children, just like my children. You can't sit there and tell me, oh, well, I got boy-girl twins. Well, we need to have gay, kinky sex, BJ pictures in the school. They won't feel included. Okay, well, then my kids have to see heterosexual BJ pictures or they're not going to feel included. It's a lie. These kids are children. They're just like our children, my children. Stop trying to tell us. And we got pasty white liberal Karens that think they speak for the gay community that are attacking us. And they're not part of the gay community. They're not minorities. Sorry.
There's a book called, no, that's why you're here. There's a book called Rules for Radicals that Hillary Clinton did her thesis on. And what they say is exactly what you said. They keep accusing you of something 3 times, keep accusing. So that's the narrative that people believe about you. They did it to my husband. And they're going to be doing it to everybody. Terry, thank you so much for coming on, for shedding some light. I appreciate it. How can people find you?
Yeah, you could look me up on X at Terry Newsom 357. At Terry Newsom 357. That's the gun I used to carry in the 80s.
It's a good number. It's a good number. Terry, thanks for being here. God bless.
Thank you. Thanks.
Don't go anywhere. We've got more Faith and Freedom coming right up.
Relish the opportunity to be an outsider because it's the outsiders who change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this.
Are you sitting right now? It could be harming your health. Back pain, stress, and serious health risks can build up from sitting too long. But motion changes everything. Introducing Ready Rocker with its patented Rock Perfect design that supports your spine as it helps improve posture, relieve back pain, boost circulation, and release endorphins for your overall well-being, no matter where you are. Lightweight, portable, and covered in memory foam, Ready Rocker instantly transforms any chair or space into a healthier sitting experience.
Sitting too long isn't just uncomfortable, it's unhealthy. With Ready Rocker, we make sitting a healthier experience for people of all ages.
From soothing babies to helping with posture, back pain, and stress, we discovered that rocking can truly improve lives.
Sitting is the new smoking. A sedentary lifestyle, whether you're sitting at a desk or in a vehicle all day, is not good for the body to just stay in that same position. And that's why the Ready Rocker is so effective. The rocking motion constantly keeps you active and helps you ease pain, reduces stress. It's a mood booster.
I used to be in pain all the time, but with Ready Rocker, I felt relief, and I'm in a better mood. I take it everywhere.
I can literally feel the stress being taken off my joints while rocking.
My back stopped hurting, my arthritis felt better. It's just wonderful.
Now you can join the movement that's changing lives and helping thousands find relief. Call now or go online to get 30% off your purchase. We'll even ship it for free. Plus, you'll get this bonus smart strap to secure your Ready Rocker in place or to carry it hands-free.
Ready Rocker is changing lives one rock at a time.
Now it's your turn to experience the relief for yourself.
Call 1-800-711-9680 or go to buyreadyrocker.com. That's 1-800-711-9680 or go to buyreadyrocker.com. Call now.
If anyone has told you that gaining weight, feeling tired, and joint issues is just a part of getting older, they are wrong. My name is Dr. Stephen Gundry, and I found a new way to support my health. It's called BioComplete 3. BioComplete 3 works by restoring your gut health from the inside out. This is working for everybody.
I was 270. I'm now 140. It just feels amazing.
You can try BioComplete 3 risk-free for 90 days. Go to guthealthsecret.com.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable power plant, smart pressure sensor, and custom nozzles. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Get your complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for just $79.99 and get free shipping. Plus, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
Relish the opportunity to be an outsider because it's the outsiders who change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this. Okay, we are out for our daily
Celebrating the great spirit of the wild outdoors.
A lot of people realize that we are hunters. We love to hunt and we love to have pure lean venison. We're not always successful. So what do we do, Ted?
Switch to America with Shemaine beef.
We're going to actually go home and have a ribeye right now. We pulled it out to thaw, and I'm super excited because we've both been out hunting. It's tough. It's not like you can go, okay, God, cue the deer.
I think I got 29 days in a row that the deer have avoided me. I don't know why that is, but we have switched to America with Shemaine beef to compensate for the days that the deer don't show up. Get the best, healthiest, natural beef in the world. I swear we believe in this stuff, and what goes into the sacred temple determines your quality of life and health. And quality beef, like Switch to America with Shemaine beef, is the best you can eat.
Now Jackson's way up there. We got to go catch him.
This is a combo bin of meat. A combo bin is 2,000 pounds approximately of meat that's coming in from a boning facility where they take it off the carcass and put it into here.
The meat in these boxes comes from many different animals and many different places. Some is even from overseas. All of it is ground together to make the juicy hamburger Americans love. Hamburger used to be the scraps left over from butchering just one cow. But a significant change has occurred. Now, parts of many cows are blended together by the ton.
If we take the meat from one animal, grind it up, and make ground beef from just one animal, we're including only the bacteria from one animal. But if we take the meat from 1,000 different animals and grind that together, we're pooling the bacteria from 1,000 different animals as well.
So explain this to me. How many different cows would be in one burger?
Well, I suspect that there are hundreds or even thousands of animals that have contributed to a single hamburger.
That disgusting video is my friend and project manager for Switch to America with Shemaine, Tricia Rodriguez. Tricia, welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much. Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing? Every time I see that video, I just get sick.
Is that gross or what? I mean, I don't know how these people sleep at night, but tell us why.
It's the grossest of the gross.
Say that again?
It's the grossest of the gross. Every time I watch that video, I think, God, thank God that we have a Patriot-owned alternative. You know, the Switch to America with Shemaine.com. So it's all about taking it away from, the monopoly, the people who own all of the brands. You know, you're walking down the aisles, you think you have all these choices, but for example, what an incredible image this is. Yeah, you can look at this and it just makes you want to run. So you're walking down the aisles, you think you have all these choices, but really, this is the monopoly that owns all of the brands, and it spreads into our beef industry, and it's not good. They're poisoning us, basically. So you can take it away from the big box stores. We have the ranch that is fully vertically integrated. So you can get that one cow, and we have the never ever label. It's clean, it's grass fed. But I think this image is really important for a lot of people who haven't seen it. You know, we know about the Roundup and the General Mills, the Johnson & Johnson lawsuits. So I'm very proud to offer the Patriot-owned alternative. And I'm so happy that you and Ted love the beef, because I think it's fantastic.
We love the beef. We love the beef. And I told you that for those of you who haven't seen Tricia on here, she comes on here regularly once a month. And I'm so grateful that you reached out and you said, hey, I got this product, you might want to try it. I'm like, send it to me, I'll try it. And I'm being 100% honest. Ted and I, in fact, we cannot wait to get our box of beef every month. We go through the ribeyes in just a few days. Like, we just keep eating them every day. It's so delicious. And what's better is that, you know, it's from America, from farmers and ranchers right here in the United States, patriots. And Tricia, don't you think that Americans are finally waking up to what's really in their food?
I do. More and more, I do. And when I talk to your audience, I realize, my gosh, people are really waking up. They're smart. They don't want to put up with this anymore. The poisons, the lawsuits. You know, if you join right now for $1, you can get $52 off of your beef bundle. But it's clean, it's grass-fed, everything stays on the ranch, nothing is outsourced, and it's just exceptional beef at reasonable prices. And you know, Shemaine, everybody should have that choice. Everyone should be able to eat healthy and not pay an exorbitant amount and not get poisoned. You know, it should be our right to have that choice.
I agree. I didn't sign up for it. You know, you go to the grocery store, or when I used to, and buy beef there, I didn't sign up for that. When you saw that disgusting video that there are so many different cows, and you know, they put food dyes in it and mold and everything so that it stays looking fresher, but it's not.
But it's not. And it's very deceptive if you see all natural label. You can't just assume that it means that it's clean or grass fed. The never ever label really means never any hormones, no antibiotics, no pesticides, no mRNA. I mean, everything stays on the ranch. Nothing is outsourced. It's everything that I say every time I come on this wonderful show of yours, but really run away from the big box stores, you know, the deception, the poison, keep your family healthy. And we should have that right. Make America healthy again. And if you love USA, you love America, then support it. Vote with your dollars. And you don't need to poison your family. You have an alternative. It's a Patriot-owned alternative.
You can get yours today. Call or go to Switch to America with Shemaine.com. That's Switch to America with Shemaine.com. And one of our friendly patriots is going to call you back and tell you how you can get set up like Ted and I do and get it delivered to your door every month. Like, why would you want to go to the grocery store? You can have it delivered like we do. And I will tell you too, really quick, Tricia, we've never, ever had a problem. Like maybe the dry freeze didn't work out. Never, ever has there been a shipping problem, which is great.
Oh, wonderful. I mean, it's in a hermetically sealed box with dry ice. It's fresh. I just throw my cuts into the refrigerator and boom, next day I have amazing beef. And they're huge cuts, right?
It's delicious. Tricia, thank you so much for being here. Let's talk soon.
Talk soon. Thank you.
Take care, my friend. Okay, I have an important alert. If you haven't already noticed, my public Facebook page has been hacked. It's using my name, photos, and it looks legit. But it's not legit. It's not me. A scammer in Pakistan hijacked it, and he's making money off of every click on their silly videos. So I've taken action, filing a complaint with the Texas Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division and filing a temporary restraining order against Facebook. But here's the sad truth. Meta doesn't care, and you can't talk to a real person. I know this has probably happened to someone you know, but let's not keep turning a blind eye. You can still find me where I actually post on X, Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, and my newly revamped official website, ShemaineNugent.rocks. Okay, it's the end of the show, and you know what time it is. Take a look. Woohoo! Cuteness overload. Thanks so much for joining me. Remember, Esther 4:14 reminds us perhaps we were born for these times. I'll see you next week. Have a great day.
Relish the opportunity to be an outsider because it's the outsiders who change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this.
They tried to shut them up.
There's no guarantee to free speech.
They tried to cancel them.
Deplatforming works.
They even threw them in jail.
Peter Navarro.
Steve Bannon.
Now in prison.
But they couldn't stop them.
It's not a prison bill that will ever shut me up.
They call them rebels.
Basket of deplorables.
They call them rogues.
They claim to guns or religion.
And they say they're outlaws.
These are the kind of guys you like to smack in the ass.
War Room presents Rebels, Rogues, and Outlaws.
You set out to take Vienna! Take Vienna!
The national bestseller by longtime Bannon producer Dan Fluette. Take a journey through the pictorial history of War Room in a culture that celebrates the weak. Show your support by standing with the rebels. Go to doitfluette.com or scan the QR code on your screen. Use the code RAV20 for 20% off your order. Stand with the rebels and never back down.
Hello, this is Mike Huckabee. President Trump said he wants to take back the White House and teach our kids to love our country. That's why my team created the Kids Guide to President Trump. It'll teach your kids all about President Trump's accomplishments and his vision for America. And right now, I want to give it to you for free as part of this free gift bundle.
Order your free kids guide to President Trump, get a free bonus guide, and a free membership to AMAC featuring dozens of money-saving benefits at kidsneedtrump.com. That's kidsneedtrump.com.
When the kids turn unholy, Harrelson's Own keeps my patience divine.
When work flies out of control, Harrelson's Own keeps me cool as a cucumber.
The device madness never ends, but Harrelson's Own keeps me zen.
Life can be chaotic, but Harrelson's Own CBD helps keep you calm through any storm. Harrelson's Own consistently delivers your full mind and body homeostasis. It's an organic, full-spectrum CBD in a refreshing oral spray. Our nano-emulsified technology makes it completely water-soluble, so your body absorbs it immediately. You'll start to feel it in seconds, not 60 minutes. It just makes everything feel better.
And it helps me just take the edge off. It helps me relax. It helps me be there with my kids.
I swear I'm like a mental ninja. Like nothing can throw me off balance.
No matter how many things come at me, I'm like, boom, handled, next. I'm like crushing it all day long.
Well, some people take it for a release from stress. Some take it to get rid of pain. Others just take it for general well-being. For me, Brett Harrelson, it just makes everything about my day a little better.
Give your life a boost.
It's just the best you've ever felt in your natural state.
My happiness in a bottle is the best.
So to sum it all up, you're going to feel the benefits quickly, love the way it feels, and like the way it tastes. Pay a fair price, and you're going to thank us for it. We are so confident you're going to be satisfied that we back every bottle with a 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Give Harrelson's Own a try, from our family to yours. Go to HO.com to order Harrelson's Own now. Yep, it's that easy. Just our initials, HO.com.